This is the oldest and most important guerrilla group in the Western Hemisphere. How you doing? My name is Ryan Gutweiler. I'm going to talk to you about the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, why they are important. A lot of Americans, when they think of terrorist groups, they think of Middle Easterns. It's not the case. There's a lot of terrorist groups out there that are not Middle Eastern. The Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, known as the FARC, formed in 1964, founded as a communist organization, and received funding from the Soviet Union during the Cold War. I'm going to inform you about their motives, background, and who they are targeting, and the threat that they pose to the U.S. military forces. So, knowing when the FARC came into existence, I will now give you a little more background on some of their leadership, their ideology, their motives, their background. Their leadership, Timoleon Jimenez, also known as Timochenko, he's their top commander right now. After the death of Alfonso Cano back in 2010, prior to being commander, Timochenko was he did intel and counter intel for the FARC, and he's threatened the Colombian president Juan Manuel Santos for assassinating the prior two commanders in the FARC. So, and the majority of their funding comes from what most terrorist organizations' funding comes from: drugs, kidnapping, extortion. They're also a Marxist ideology, so they're communist based. They're so knowing a little about their background, their ideology, their leadership, who their top commander is, I'm going to describe to you where they are based out of and who they target exactly. Their area of operations or regional familiarization is out of Colombia, obviously. They also they have training sites in Panama, Ecuador, and they also, where they do their R&R, rest and relaxation, in some parts of Venezuela. They also have some safe havens based regularly in Ecuador. Also, Cuba provides medical care and political consultation to them as well. There's approximately their strength. I've seen through many different websites. Some have them listed at 12,000 members. Others have them at 8,000 members. So between 8 and 12,000, they were at their peak at 18,000 in 2006. Their goals are to transform Colombia from a democratic government to a communist government. So, knowing a little about where they train and based out of, I'm going to show you the meat and potatoes of the speech, what the threats they pose to U.S. military forces. According to CanadaFreePress.com, there was an IED August 24th of this year, so not too long ago, in the province of Cauca. 1 dead, 4 injured, focused mainly on political figures and Colombian military personnel. We have 5 military bases in Colombia. We also provide support in areas around Colombia, like Curacao, the little islands around there. We're more, which says that we're focused on more interesting to continuing its long history of forming division within Latin America. I know as security forces members, we do support. We do support there in Colombia. We just had a team lead for Colombia, mostly flight lines, securing the flight line and all that. The FARC threatened the U.S. for assisting with Colombian forces in March of 2006. The United States Department of Justice indictment stated $5 million was offered for information leading to the capture of 47 key FARC figures that remain at large. So they've threatened us before due to the fact that we help the Colombian military and the politics out there. So in conclusion, I talked to you about the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, the FARC. Talked to you about their background, leadership, funding, ideology, the area of ops, the threats they pose to U.S. military forces. I hope you use the information to understand who the FARC is, why they are important, why they pose a threat to us today. I want to thank you for your time today. Hopefully you understand who the FARC is and how they are an active terrorist organization.